So you're probably thinking I'm a bit overdressed for this time in the morning, and you would be right. There is a really good reason for it, and hopefully you'll stay tuned to find out what that is. So last week's vlog was all about you curvy girls and how to style for your body shape and how to embrace your shape and not hide it. So I talked a lot about how to dress and how to style your clothes, but I thought it would be really useful to put that into visual practice, show you guys exactly what I mean, using some clothes from my own wardrobe. So you're going to see a few pieces that are pre and post image consultant training. So there's a few pieces in there that I don't actually wear anymore now that I have the knowledge of what my body shape is, but they're worthwhile using as example pieces. So just as a quick reminder, you curvy girls have got a low hip bone in comparison to your waist. So what that does is your skeleton allows your body to come in and go back out again. So you've got that beautiful defined waist. You'll complain about having a big bum or big hips. But for me, you have this beautifully defined waist. You've got these womanly curves. You have just this stunning figure. You'll have a flat, beautiful flat tummy, which I'm completely envious of. And my advice to you is to embrace those curves. Don't try and hide them by covering them up. Embrace them and follow the contours of your body by wearing clothes that fit nice and neat and close to your body. Now, the other two body shapes that you could be is semi-straight, which is me. So I have what's called an in-between hip. So I have a sort of medium-sized gap between my hips and my waist. And then, so there's a little bit of curvature to my waist and to my hips, but not overly pronounced. There's only a tiny little bit of an indent there. And that's what makes it different to a shaped lady, a curved lady. Then there are those ladies that don't have any waist at all. So you've got a high hip bone. So the gap between your hip bone and your waist is almost nondescript. So your body doesn't have that ability to come in and go back out again. So you're very straight up and down. And again, follow the contours of that shape with your clothes, because that's the best silhouette of yourself. That's the best way to demonstrate your body shape. Now, I'm going to use dresses to demonstrate my point on this occasion. We can do trousers and skirts and jackets at another time, but on this occasion we're going to use dresses. So bear with me while I just move over here. So this is dress number one. Okay, so this dress is from Zara. It's in a heavy tweed type fabric, very closely woven. So it has a lot of structure, not just because of the style of the dress, but also because of the fabric. Okay, now what ladies should be looking for who are shaped and have that defined waist is structure to the dress. Okay, so you're looking for darting. So that's the stitching within the dress here, here, here and here. Now on the front there is 4 darts, across the back there are 5, and what that does is it creates that definition at the waist. It draws the fabric in at an angle, as you can see here. Okay, now there's also darting within the skirt, and it's these darts that give it this shape. So you can see it's narrow at the waist and then comes out. Now the difference with this particular dress is the thickness of the fabric really gives it a lot of structure, really gives it that poofiness. Okay, so if you're not keen on that kind of poofiness and prefer for things to fit and flow over your hips and waist, then that is the preferred style of dress that we would suggest for a curved lady. You can wear something like this if you like that sort of prom style. That's absolutely fine. Okay, but you are looking for darting within the dresses. Okay, bear with me and I'll bring out the next dress. Number 2 is this one from Oasis. See the dip hem there at the back. So again, the reason why this dress is great for shaped girls is it has a waistband here. Okay, and then if you can see this here, there are tiny box pleats within the detail of the fabric. Okay, so pleats are great for shaped girls, but don't go for box pleats. Box pleats are the very pressed pleats that you will have had on your school skirt. So don't fear about having to go for something like you used to wear at school. these tiny little pleats just give the fabric a little bit of definition, okay? But as you can see towards the bottom, the pleats open out, they're not fixed in. It's a really floaty, soft fabric, okay? And what that does is, by drawing you in at the waist, it's creating that definition at the waist, but then the softness of the fabric allows the skirt to flow over your hips, okay? So if you had wider hips, then this would just fit beautifully, sit beautifully even, flowing over your shape. And it's the best way to complement your body shape, is to draw in at the waist and flow the fabric over your hips. You're not making your hips look wider by any stretch. You're making your waist look narrower. Now there's normally a belt on here, but I've taken it off so that you can see this definition here. But the good thing about having a belt here is that that creates a focal point. I talk about this a lot in the blogs. A focal point is when you look at your outfit and your eye is drawn automatically to that point. So if I had a bright white belt on, your eye would naturally be drawn here. If I was wearing a necklace, it would be up here. For me, without the belt, it's this area here is the obvious focal point, okay? But I would normally wear that belt to define that waist even more. Okay, dress number 3 coming up. It's like curvy girls, those girls with the low hip bone. Now I am a semi-straight, which means I've got a little bit of a waist and a little bit of hips. So you can see there, a little bit of definition there. There's my hip bone there. Okay, but I've not got an overtly pronounced waistline. So then that's because I've got this in between hip. So the gap between my waist and my hip bone is here. My narrowest point of my waist is here. Means that I've got a little bit of definition, but not a huge amount. So when I'm looking for dresses, I'm looking for dresses that are not necessarily as defined as the two that you've seen previously. So the reason why I chose this particular dress is because of the darting here and here, okay? So there's one dart there and a smaller dart here. So there's 2 darts in either side, okay? But there's no darting at the back, okay? So it's only slightly defined at the waist with this waistband here. Normally I wear like an obi belt here, but again, I've taken it off so you can see it. And again, there's these one big dart and then a smaller dart here. So it gives a little bit of definition, as you can see. And again, when you hold the dress up on the hanger, you can see a little bit of definition here, but it's not overtly pronounced as it goes over my hips. Okay, so you semi-straight girls with a little bit of hips, you're looking for something that is only slightly structured, not overly structured like the prior 2 dresses. And this one is from ASOS, and you'll have seen this on my Instagram recently as my favourite new purchase. Okay, and this is the final dress. So this is perfect for you straight girls. Okay, so I bought this before I trained as an image consultant. It was a Christmas party frock, can you tell with the glitter? Okay, so the reason why this is great for straight girls, you can see there is absolutely no definition to this dress. There's no darting, there's no structure, it's straight up and down. Now, you might think that that's a bit boring, but you know what? This is the best way to complement your straight body shape. If you've not got any definition to your waist, please don't try and create it by getting a dress and belting it, because all it does, as you can see there, is it gathers the fabric. It makes the fabric bunch up and doesn't look very nice. So rather than try and create a waist, follow the contours of your body with a lovely straight shift dress like this style and create focal points. Draw attention away from areas you don't particularly like. So if you don't like your tummy or your bottom, don't draw attention to those areas with detail in the pattern, detail on the dress, belts, anything that could draw attention. You could draw attention here with a necklace or a scarf or earrings to make people look at your face more, if that's what you want them to do, if you're presenting in a business environment, that kind of thing. So again, very straight, no structure at all is what you straight girls are looking for. That's it for this week's vlog. Curvy girls, please embrace your curves. You have a beautiful defined waist and womanly curves. They are stunning. and they should be embraced. If you're worried about your hips looking wider, draw the attention up and away. So it might be through a scarf or a necklace or earrings or detail within the dress or the blouse that you're wearing. But by defining your waist more, you're actually making yourself look slimmer. If you try and hide your wide hips by wearing looser clothes, all you're doing is widening the area where your waist is. So you're making yourself look wider rather than following the contours of your body and it being nice and narrow. So just to recap, curvy girls, look for structure within your clothes, look for darting, look for defined waists, wear belts, waistbands, embrace your curves and show that waist off to its maximum. Okay, that's it for this week. If you've got any questions you want me to answer, please don't hesitate to email me at emma@stylissimo.co.uk, or you can tweet me or find me on Facebook searching Stylissimo UK, and you can send your questions in that way. Happy to do vlogs based on the information that you guys need from me. Hope this was useful, and I'll see you next week.